Oh, it looks like it says that we're live from my end.
Hi, everyone.
Hi.
How's it going? That was quick. I can't see it on my YouTube channel. Hold on. Let me double check to make sure we're
Okay.
live. Oh, there. Yeah. It's showing a commercial for me. So,
Oh, okay. Okay.
all right. Hi, I'm Lisa.
I'm Molly.
And we're here for our Cozy Mystery Chats for authors. So we do these every other week, kind of. I don't know. Our schedule's kind of all crazy right now.
We're just getting into a rhythm of like what we're going to be setting for our schedule here for everyone.
And we just changed the times and the days. So we used to do it on Wednesdays, but it's easier for our schedules to do it on Mondays. And it's better for your schedules if we do it during the day. So,
right.
So yeah, so the plan is it'll be on Mondays, except for Christmas Day, and it will be at noon Pacific Standard Time, 1 o'clock Mountain Time, 2 o'clock Central, etc. So,
yay. Yeah, yeah.
And if you missed it, oh, go on.
Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I was going to say, if you missed it, we launched our writing retreat last week.
Yes.
So you can hang out with us in person.
Cozy Club Getaway, and we have people signing up. So it's already off to a good start. We've got such fun plans, and we made a whole video on that already that some people saw and some people have missed, but it was an info session last week that we did. So be sure you look back on Lisa's channel here and check that out.
But today we are talking about paranormal covers and what to expect, what to look for, what to ask for, what to want, what not to want. So Molly is the expert and she's going to share that with you
now. Okay. So I'm going to go cozy covers. So here we go. Is it working well for Miranda? Okay. So as we mentioned, we have this writer's retreat coming up. It's going to be in April. There was an info session that we had, so please check that out. It's going to be a lot of fun. So paranormal cozy cover conventions is the topic. So I'm going to help you whether you are a writer or a designer or you'd like to do both. These are just good ideas to keep in mind. So you can know what your favorite kind of elements are and what to expect from even your subgenre of paranormal cozies, whether it's witches or ghost encounters, etc. So first things first, I just want to open this by saying that these are not like hard and fast rules. Like you don't have to do everything that I'm saying. There are plenty of people that do things their way and they're successful. So this is just from my point of view as a cover designer, what elements I keep in mind and what I try to bring to the table. So yeah. Here are a couple of my pen names, Lily Graves and Claire Kane. The Claire Kane one I wrote with my mother under Zoe. So anyway, this is a background on me and some of my paranormal experience in writing. This is actually how I started. I started making my own covers, and then I spread out into helping another paranormal cozy author's covers, Lotta Smith, and it just kind of snowballed from there. So I wanted to show you kind of the top row and the bottom row here. The top row is some of the first covers that I was doing. So I really specialized in vector covers, which is the cartoon look. And actually this paranormal cozy genre, and cozies in general are super huge with the cartoon look, right? Ever since I started writing cozies back in 2011, it's been super huge. So that's why the top row is just full of the vector cartoon look. The bottom row is some of the recent releases that I've had with some clients. So you'll see, there is a mix, more of a mix of cartoon versus the photo manipulated look. So the two in the middle down at the bottom are photo manipulated and the others are the cartoon look. So I wanted to first talk about colors because with paranormal covers, there's a few elements of coloring that you want to keep in mind. I like to call them hot colors, but when researching, I don't really see anybody else using that term. I see warm colors, cool colors, and we've heard of like hot pink, right? But if you ever heard me say hot colors, what I mean is kind of like these striking, deep, saturated looks, right? So when you look at Rosie's cover here, you can see quite a bit of saturation. It's those striking, deep colors. And if you're a designer and you're in Photoshop, you'll actually see under the images tab that you can increase saturation. So I often go in there when I'm working on paranormal covers and I'll increase the saturation to make them more striking. Also, black or darker based colors with these. So also under images, when you want to change saturation, there's an area below it where you can make things lighter or darker. So it's adding white to the color or black, depending on which side of the scale you're going. So the paranormal cozies tend to go toward the black scale, not the white scale. And then, of course, there has to be like pops of colors because that's a nice contrast. Like for the title, for instance, with the bright gold yellow color. And even the cat there and the grass. Those are bright pops of colors. Okay, so number 2 is magical elements. So your cover really needs to stand out, giving clues like this is no ordinary cozy, right? It's not a contemporary. It's a paranormal cozy cover. So anyway, what is super huge is moons. So a lot of covers you'll have a moon background behind the character, like I did here with the cat. Glowing, shimmering, big, just anything that makes it look magical and fun. And then also different lighting effects. Like, so for instance, like ML Fano and Melinda Chase's cover, instead of a moon, what did I do here? For the lighting, I had the storefront glowing, just like this extra ambiance. So the lighting effects come from the bar, the windows. So and then sparkly elements. So you see through both of these covers, you got shimmers and sparkles around the sea and the moon, and down here on Melinda Chase's. And actually, I'm realizing I'm not showing the latest update on Melinda's because she added more sparkles. So if you think like, do I have enough sparkles? Maybe add more. And Melinda Chase does a really good job with her cozies, and she sells really well. She's a good one to follow. So if you see her cover, it's more sparkly than this. So here's the review of elements up close for you to see. We even I added that swoop that goes around the drink there. And that is just an extra glittery, magical swirl. So yeah, can't go wrong. I also want, while I'm on this photo, I'll share with you, this is a mixture of vector and photos. So the cat is, of course, coming from a photo. The rail is from a cartoon clipping. The drink is from a cartoon. And let's see, I think maybe even the steak might have been a vector image. I can't recall. But that's good because that means I really blended the elements well enough. So you could blend elements like that. Now, next segment is going to be on characters because people wonder, who should I have on my cover, especially with a paranormal cozy? Should I just have the protagonist? Should I add the pet with the protagonist or just the pet alone, etc.? So let's see here. It really depends.
Oh, I'm so sorry. You had a question. Someone asked no pastels then. I think it was back on the color slide.
So, like I said, I don't want to put like any hard and fast rules of like no, like never, but it's just not common. So, if you were to look at the cozy paranormal bestsellers on Amazon, check out their coloring there, and you'll see there's not very many pastel colors for paranormals. I would definitely go with the deeper, richer, and darker hues. So, then back to the characters, you can also add other supernatural characters into the mix on your cover if you have a world where it's combined, not just witches. For instance, you have a vampire and a witch. So let's go ahead and go through here to really like dig into it. Yeah.
Someone said, I love the font swirl on the letter V for vampire.
Oh.
Which cover is
Oh,
that?
thank you. Yes. That
Oh,
font,
there. Yeah.
that font is called LHF Desire Pro. And
Nice flourish.
right. And that font really lets you actually choose different kinds of swirls on different letters. It has drop downs to all kinds of fun swirls. So you'll see like the V is different on vampires than it is on villains.
Nice.
Yeah. That's really popular for also the paranormal women's fiction, that font. So digging deeper into the characters, it's like, when do I want my protagonist and my pet? Well, it's really excellent for highlighting a witch and her familiar. So you can put the two on the cover together. They're like a very strong, close bonded duo in cozies, right? So it would make sense that if your witch has a familiar, include it. I would definitely, especially with the cozy genre, because I think pets attract buyers in this genre, especially. So if you have a pet and it's really cute and it's a familiar, include it. You might also see just pets only, like with Jen Pitt's alligators and apparitions here. That's also fun for witchy cozies. So the cat can be the star of the show for a witchy cozy. You don't have to have the protagonist in it. So this cat's name is Tasso in this Witches of the French Quarter. And when my client came to me with the questionnaire answered, because I give clients a questionnaire for their cover, she really got into the part about characters, and she specifically the cat. So she's like, oh, his name's Tasso, and he's has this personality and this white fur and this going on. And so I was like, you know what, maybe we should make this cat specific, right? So yeah, you'll see lots of witchy cats, on covers today, just taking up the star of the show. All right, and there's also the option to have a protagonist and other supernatural characters. So this is really great for like, you have a witch, but then this witch also has ghostly visitations, like we see here. So I included the ghost, and that was also by the client's request. They wanted to see the ghost. So other ones mix werewolves with witches, all kinds of combos you could have. So if you do that, if you really want to convey to your reader right away, like, hey, this is going to be a fun romp through a bunch of supernatural stuff, then do it. Like, include it. So, and lastly, want to talk about doing extra nods to the supernatural. So really setting your scene. So, for instance, like bats for vampires, throw in ghosts, throw in jack-o'-lanterns, and throw in candles. And what I want to do here is actually go to Amazon, and we're going to just view together. I should have had the tab ready, but I'll do Paranormal Cozy Mysteries, right? And we can look together at some of these scenes. For instance, this one that just popped up right away. So, what other elements in this paranormal cozy cover do you see is setting the scene? We got a book. A lot of times there's magical books. There's some magical sparkles you could see there. The background has a creepier forest. It's not going to be normal and light and beautiful. It's going to have curling branches. And let's see, anything else we could see here. So I suggest you go and view the top sellers in the category and see what's going on specifically. But you'll see like this one here, we got a lot of the sparkles, and we got ooh, what is that?
It looks like a sheriff's badge.
Oh, the sheriff's badge. But then there's also this flying, maybe it's a familiar for her. See the wings on the little
Yeah,
animal there.
looks like a gerbil with wings.
Yeah, maybe. So as you can see, like include those special kind of characters in there, right? And we got the glowing moon. And I wanted to say, notice the colors, right? They're dark, saturated, striking, and then you also got the bright title popping. So you can just learn to look for patterns with whatever you're writing. This one is really cute. And here we have a magical storefront kind of thing going on. There's a candle in the background. I see a batch of skulls there. I don't know how big this is showing on your guys' screen.
It helps when you hover over it to make it bigger. I think if you click it once, it'll like make it really big on the screen.
There. What do you think of that?
That helps.
That helps. Okay. So there's a batch of skulls in the background by the door. There's also floating skulls, right? So what you basically want to do is let your reader know right away, like, this is magical. And so you can throw these extra scene setting elements around. Other popular things are like cemeteries. What else, Lisa?
I mean, the moon, for sure.
Yeah.
A lot of things, like sometimes I think it might look a little too Halloween-y. People get like those Halloween scenes.
That's true. Like a lot of like jack-o'-lanterns are used, but it does the job too at the same time, people know specifically it's going to be spooky mystery.
Yeah. Oh, do you want to do a question?
Yes.
Chris Wildfire, how do you have the same character in different poses and outfits, like in the series Murder in the Mix? The Mix, is it Photoshop somehow? What do you think of AI book covers? So 2 questions.
Oh, good questions. Okay. So what I think about having the same character in different poses and outfits, I know that when I started designing a few years ago, that wasn't as common, right? A lot of the vector covers, even that I would make, would have the same kind of stock image that I would just replace what their outfit was. They'd be in the same pose, right? I'd change the color of their witch hat or whatever, their stockings. So that was pretty common a few years ago. And I don't know if it's because, for me personally as a designer, I was growing even back then in my design capabilities. That could have been the thing, that a lot of people were growing in their abilities and what they could offer. But it's really a lot more common now to have different poses. So a lot of the stock offerings from certain artists on stock sites, they will have the same model if it's photos, or they'll have a series of the same cartoon model in different poses. And so that's a really good thing to look for as a designer, is how many options do I have with this character? And if you run out of options, like how advanced are you to be able to create a new pose altogether? So I specifically have been, training myself to expand my abilities with different poses, even if there aren't different poses offered in the stock. So, if that makes sense. And then, what was the second part of the
What do you
question
think
there?
of AI book covers?
I think some of them can turn out really beautiful. And if you have a beautiful text treatment to go along with it, then it could look professional. Um, I think it would do well to also have a design background if you want more flexibility with it, because you're going to find out that AI, you only can say so much to direct it in what you want, right? So if you need some more specifications, then it would be best to have that freedom and include elements and movement, whatever you need to change. I often, as a designer, I'm just grabbing one thing that from a whole image that I get, like of a woman. I'll change her outfit. I'll change a certain part of her posing, a certain color to whatever she's wearing. And if I can't change that one thing on that AI, it wouldn't be fun for me. So it's good to have that freedom if you are dealing with AI. And personally, as a designer, I just haven't used AI at all with my clients because I have the flexibility to create kind of whatever I want from stock. And I know it's a controversial topic, right? So I don't know.
I mean, I don't like AI. I can tell when things are made with AI. I just don't think it's advanced enough yet to allow for consistency in marketing and branding and the colors and the typography
Yes,
to
that's a
create
great.
a cohesive series. So, yeah,
That's excellent.
I mean, I just see AI just like you, it's stock. So if you have graphic design skills and you can edit it, sure. But otherwise, I'm like you, I just like looking for regular stock photos and manipulating that.
Right, right. You definitely want freedom. And then there's always something funny that AI does, making arms a little too long,
Or
giving
giving 8 fingers.
extra fingers, especially the fingers.
Yeah.
So, with the controversy of it, like, I don't have an opinion on it per se. All I know is, like, I have a client that's already reached out and said, "Oh, Amazon wants to know if you used any IA in any of my covers." And so I felt good just being able to say right away, "No, I haven't," because I don't know what Amazon's thinking. Like, what is that? You
Oh
know what I
yeah, they're
mean?
trying to crack down, but that's a whole like legal thing
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
boring. There's another question. Radiant Rabbit, are cats the most popular cozy cover animal?
For sure. For sure. I mean, that I would say, I mean, I don't have the actual statistics, but as a designer, cats are number one with my clients, followed by dogs. And then you get the very like unique or exotic animals here and there. Like I had a chameleon that I worked with or an alpaca. So definitely cats. They're so popular online anyway, right, Lisa? Like people
Yeah, I
posting
mean
about cats in general.
the general rule of thumb for genre is cats are for mysteries and dogs are for romance. Not that you can't break those
Oh.
rules, but that's just in general what has done well in those.
Well, they're great vehicles, right? Cats are great vehicles in mysteries because they can help the sleuth so much. They just seem more cunning. And the dogs can help bring people close together in that romance. I get it. I totally get it.
Yeah, like cats are clever and cunning and sneaky, and dogs are just like
Right, right. And what is
um,
the question we have?
Chris, what do you think are the popular trends in book covers now?
So, just what I'm seeing more likely to come my way is photo manipulation with vectors. I know cozies in the beginning, they were heavily the cartoon look. And that worked well for me because I specialize in that. Not a lot of people could do it, even if they know the photo look, right? So the vector look did me so well. But more and more lately, I've been asked to do the photo realistic look. And when it comes to cozies, what I mean by photorealistic look is it's not going to look like a regular picture taken. There's going to be like kind of the otherworldly feel to it with the fog and the coloring and the smoothness of the cat's face, and so it's more painterly, I like to say. But yeah, so I would say more of the painterly photo ones are starting to pop up, and I don't know if it's because other designers specialize in that and so it's coming into the mix. But definitely if you have a cat starring in your witch cozy mystery, it's becoming very popular to just focus on that cat on the cover and throw candles around it and magical books and things. So yeah, that's what I'm seeing. More photorealistic stuff.
Then he also followed up with, Amazon asked that, do you know why? I mean, in September, I know everyone started talking about Amazon was asking about it. Right now, they think it's just a data point to hide in the back. They might reveal it later. Hey, this book was generated with AI. Not just the cover, but also the contents and the words. So I think they're just categorizing books now. They might make it public later. I don't know. Do you know?
Yeah. I don't know, but I also know with stock image sites, I'm a member of 3, they also like to differentiate. Like these are ones made with AI, so you know before you're using them. So I don't know. That's just
Yeah, I mean, for sure. There's one stock, I can't remember what it's called. I've stopped using it. It's just, I just consider all the AI stuff just garbage right now. Like I'm 100% not going to pay for an AI generated stock image or elements or anything. So it's possible readers might feel the same. I don't know. And I think they are just collecting that data in case in the future.
right. So it's just my opinion. You still need to have some graphic expertise to help, yeah, smooth that all out anyway, whether we're going to use it or not. So I might as well not use it.
Yeah. Yep. I think
Yeah.
that was it.
Oh, well, then I have a couple more slides for us. Back from talking about Amazon and looking at certain things. So let me go ahead and share this I have to hit share studio, share screen really quick for you all. I have a special going on for my cover course through Lisa's secret link that we've made up. So do you see my full screen now, or did I do it?
It's up there now.
Okay, so here we go. I'll go ahead and hit slideshow here. So I've created a cozy cover course. It has several modules where I go in deeply, even into the magical effects. Like, how do I make those sparkles sparkle so well? Different layering effects and blend modes and filtering. So that's like the advanced stuff I get into, but you will also know the very basic stuff. I'll introduce you to Photoshop's workspace and Illustrators because that's what I specialize in, both of those, and they make beautiful covers using both those together. And I simplify it. I simplify it so that you know what tools to use and what to totally ignore, because there are just certain things to really pay attention to if you're going to be creating cozy covers. So it's $50 off, and you can use a special link within 7 days. And I wrote it out here if you need to type it in, but I also believe it's below in the description. Is that right?
Mm-hmm. And I'll add it as a comment too.
Okay, great. So you could just click that link and you could get my cozy cover course on a discount. I've had a lot of people sign up, and I've had a great, back and forth feedback with some people telling me how much they've improved. They've revamped their own covers and they've been so happy with the results. And I also have a private critique circle for those in the course. So you could go in and be like, hey, all, what do you think about this? So let's see. And then we'll end with, of course, the Cozy Club Getaway. Lisa, do you want to say something about this?
Yeah, so it is going to be April 9th through the 11th. It's going to be here in person in San Diego, and we have a lot of cool things planned. We have afternoon tea. We have dedicated writing sessions. We are doing a lot of sessions where we're just sharing our 6 secrets on productivity. So it is not what you think, like how to save time. So like, for example, productivity. I'm going to talk about Shopify and selling direct to authors and all the different ways that you can sell online. And for marketing, we're also going to talk. Are we talking about marketing? I don't think we are. I think we're talking about craft, and we're talking.
Yeah, we put like cover design under the marketing
Yes.
Aspect, and so I go deeper into some things as well, and yeah.
And then we're also talking about our outlining methods. So we're sharing our master template with you and how we outline both the contemporaries, because I talk about those, and Molly's going to share how she outlines her paranormals.
Yes.
And so we talk about co-writing. And so, so everything we know at the end of those 3 days, you will know.
And if you want to see the whole info session, because we go slide by slide with some fun stuff that we share about details of the retreat, then look at one of the previous posts that we did here this last week. So yeah. All right, I'll hit stop.
And we're really excited about it. So, and we wanted to meet all of you in person.
Yes, definitely. So I think I got it all back to us now. Sorry, I always have to announce that I took it off screen share. It's all new to me.
Radiant Rabbit, really great idea to have a dedicated cozy cover course. Yes, it is a great idea.
It is. And you know what? It's like the elements that I teach you in there, it teaches you how to look for patterns and how to do different tricks that you could use on any cover. So if you are like, oh, I want to do a historical cozy, or I want to create a completely different genre cover, I will still show you tips and tricks with Photoshop and Illustrator that you'll love. So, yeah.
All right. Well, if anybody has any questions, you can leave them in the description. We'll check them later. And I hope everyone's having a great start to their week and a great start to their month. And we'll see everybody